you had slept with your ex in your house.
Yeah.
And you don't have no shame in it, huh?
But I slept with him after his ex called me telling me that they were having an affair too.
Oh, the revenge sex.
Yes, I wanted him to feel just as hurt as I did.
In the beginning, their relationship was filled with fairy tales and felt like a Disney movie. Sadly, it came to a quick end after the seed of doubt spread like wildfire in the minds of her boyfriend and her family members. If the DNA results do not come out in her favor, she can kiss everything she has built with the defendant goodbye. Here's how she started her case.
Ms. Hendricks, you were once in a committed relationship with the defendant, Mr. Pacheco. Now you say the doubts about your 6-month-old son Isaiah's paternity has destroyed your relationship and torn the rest of your family apart.
Yes, Your Honor.
Even her brother isn't on her side in this situation. I wonder how that happened. Anyway, Ms. Hendricks claimed their relationship was love at first sight, and even before they ever met in person, she already loved Mr. Pacheco with all her heart. But all that went down the drain when she found out she was pregnant.
And so at some point, you realize you're pregnant?
Yes, and we was both happy. It was like very exciting, like the whole pregnancy, up until I was about 7 months pregnant when my brother and him had a conversation, and my brother told him that he possibly may not be the father because he's seen the ex around.
Well, you heard, baby daddy. All right. No one is going to see messages like that and not immediately have doubts. The funny thing is, Mr. Pacheco actually does love Ms. Hendricks very much, but those doubts were making it hard to trust her one bit. But baby mama said everything was based on rumors, and they weren't true. Could she be lying?
When I was 7 months pregnant, that's when it came from my own brother that he thought that he was possibly not the father. And then we got past that. Like, he left me when I was 7 months pregnant. The whole pregnancy, the rest of my pregnancy, I was by myself on. Which was very depressing.
Hold on, the mailman's baby? What the hell has baby mama been up to? From the looks of it, she's been having some funny business with other men while her boyfriend is away. In the midst of the drama unfolding in the courtroom, baby mama proceeds to drop a shocking revelation, and trust me, it was mind-blowing. Here's what she said.
I was talking to a close family member on the phone, on speakerphone, because I was doing the dishes, I was busy. So the person was like, well, I seen such and such, and he thinks that he's Isaiah's dad. And I'm like, what? Like, I was shocked.
An ex from jail is claiming to be the father of your baby, and you have no idea why. Now that definitely sounds very shady to me. Baby daddy, already filled with all the doubt in the world, goes on to tell the judge that she was Ling, and her mother gave the ex the number he used to reach out to Miss Hendricks.
But for me to say about her mother was the one that gave the dude the number. Her ex, the number to get in contact back and forth, all about the baby situation. For me, it really bothered me and it hurted me, you know what I'm saying? Because at one point, I felt like her mother was like a mother to me. And how she gonna come and, stab me in the back.
Oh, now that came as an unexpected bombshell. But can she really blame baby daddy for refusing to sign the birth certificate of the child after having these many doubts? As if that wasn't bad enough. Ms. Hendricks had Mr. Pacheco kicked out of the hospital and told him to his face that he wasn't the father of her child.
We got to a verbal discussion, so I got kicked out of the hospital that day. When I got kicked out of the hospital...
You got kicked out of the hospital because you were being rude to me. I wasn't doing nothing to you.
Like, when she was 7 months pregnant, she came out and said, oh, you might not be the dad of baby Isaiah. And for her to say
so that actually came out of your mouth?
Her mouth.
Even Judge Lauren had to spell out the truth to her face. You don't say something like that to a man who already has doubts about your child. Finally, her baby mama's brother walks up to the stage and decides to explain why baby daddy should have doubts about the child. This is what he had to say.
I had noticed coming back and forth from work that there was this other man kind of hanging out. But one morning when I was leaving for work, I had noticed that this man's belongings was on the living room floor. I don't know exactly what went on, but that had caused some suspicion.
But that was different times, like totally different times.
Can baby mama tell the truth already? I mean, her own brother doesn't even trust her enough to be on her side. But trust me, baby daddy was beyond hurt by the situation. What hurt the most was the fact that he was there all the way, even with doubts in his head.
Is that doubt in my head, like, if he's not my son? The bottom I got one in 7 months, I've been there. I did everything for that kid. Bought him clothes, bought him diapers. Yeah, there's times now that I'm not there like I used to be. But why is that? All the rumors. You know what I'm saying? So you don't see that.
It breaks my heart because I feel that he doesn't even treat him.
They could go on and on about who did right and who did wrong, or who is telling the truth and who isn't. The only way the truth is going to come out is if the judge reveals the DNA results. Well, that's where we are. Let's see if baby daddy is going to be a happy man in the end.
Mr. Pacheco, you are his father.
That's good. My nephew has a father. That's good. That's good.
I'm sorry for everything I put you through.
I
I'm happy for all of you.
Thank you.
And I say that only to point out that secrets, lies, and a lack of trust, it can permeate the fabric of any relationship.
You can tell all the lies in the world, but at some point, the truth is always going to come out. Mr. Jordan was in court furious as hell because the defendant tricked him into playing the daddy role for a whole 2 years. Now he finds out there's another man who could be the potential father, and he wants a DNA test. Here's how their case kicked off.
Mr. Jordan, you claim the defendant tricked you into signing her daughter's birth certificate and being a daddy. But 2 years later, you were told that another man is her biological father. You opened your case because you want DNA proof you are not the father so you can get your name removed from the birth certificate. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And just like that, Mr. Jordan wasted no time in diving straight into how he was tricked. And as I said, he was quite upset. He claimed she took advantage of him because she saw that he was a provider and she wanted her child to have a good father. But as far as love and wanting to have a family went, Ms. Heim didn't want any of that.
So you thought her motive really was that you were a provider, you were there for the child, and you were going to do right by the child.
Right.
But you believe she was being deceitful.
Yeah.
Were you being deceitful, Ms. Heim?
No, ma'am. He's a great father, and I only had sex with one man when we were together, and I had sex with him one time, but we've been messing around for 7 years.
Ow! Now that right there was a shock to everyone. She slept with the other guy once and got pregnant? Something smells fishy, and Ms. Heim is definitely hiding something. Even with all the allegations, she still believed Mr. Jordan was the father of her child.
But how if you had sex with the other guy?
I just know that he's the father.
So, Mr. Jordan.
And he needs to stop listening. No, he listens to his family members, my family members, the people on the streets, and everything about that. And I just came today to show everybody on the streets, his family members, my family members, that he's the father, and I'm tired of it.
Well, that definitely brings some confusion to the whole case. Maybe baby mama's telling the truth after all. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Even with tears dropping from her eyes, Mr. Jordan wasn't moved by any of it. He still stood firm on his claim that he was there for the child from the day she was born to this current day.
I love that little girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was there. I cut the umbilical cord. I passed out. I was there. You know what I'm saying? I sung happy birthday when she was born. You know what I'm saying? I watched the little nasty little afterbirth. Horrible. You know what I'm saying? But I was there.
So you were there for the whole birth and the
Everything.
nasty afterbirth.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? I was there for the weird pregnancy cravings. I was there to rub the feet. I was there to get up out my sleep at night to go get pickles and ice cream.
Uff! I won't even blame Judge Lauren for asking that question because everything was going so well in the beginning. How did they find themselves in such a messy situation? Apparently they had a family gathering and that's where the truth was revealed. Here's how Mr. Jordan remembered it playing out.
You know what I mean? So she said something about this family member's in front of this family member's boyfriend or whatever. So the family member turned around and was like, well, why you ain't told Chris that he's not Caitlin's dad?
What?
So I'm like, at that moment, it was just like, I was more in shock than it, because at the end of the day, it's just like, it's very funny, but you know, you can say whatever. But as she was saying it, she pulls out the phone.
Talk about a bombshell dropping in a courtroom. That certainly came out of the blue. It looks like baby mama wasn't telling the truth after all. Oh, trust me, Mr. Jordan wasn't just reading to tell the truth. He had evidence to show that there was actually another guy in the picture.
And this is from Santavius Night, and it reads, me and my baby Kate.
And my thing is, when did anybody get the time to even take my daughter over to somebody else's house? Like how am I the last person to find out?
Do you know who this man is, Miss Heim?
That's the guy I had sex one time with.
Uff! Enough with the lies already. I mean, she can't even defend herself anymore. Judge Lauren was tired of continuously listening to Ms. Heim lie about almost everything. So she decided to hear from the side of the other potential baby daddy. Here's how that little interaction went down.
Do you believe Caitlin is your daughter?
Yes, that's my baby. She told me when she got pregnant, she like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, what you telling me for? She like, well, it's not Chris, because me and Chris been together a year and a half, and we ain't got pregnant. Soon you touch me, I get pregnant.
No, he's lying. When I came back in town in April, I had sex, and then I found out I was pregnant in June, so how is that possible? I just called him and let him know that I was pregnant.
Ouch! Even for both men, that's definitely going to hurt. All this while baby mama was playing games with both men. They had no idea. Wow. Her lies got so bad that the judge was starting to lose her cool in the courtroom. Talk about a web of lies and deceit. Ms. Heim sure knows how to lie.
What is the plan, though? I mean, I realize now that there is a web of deceit, but I'm still not too clear on what is the plan.
To show that Caitlyn is the father. I mean, Christopher is the father of Caitlyn, because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of my family saying he's the father.
But you sleeping with him.
After much scolding and revelations from both men, baby mama finally decided to tell the truth. She claimed she honestly had no idea who the father of her child could be out of the two men present in the court.
Can we say, in this moment, that it is the truth that you do not definitively know which one of these men is her biological father?
I don't know.
You don't know. It's okay, because when you tell it, it can't hold you hostage anymore. It can't. You're in your own prison.
Well, we're at the last junction and we need the truth. After roping two men in her web of lies and deceit, the judge decides to ease the tension and reveal the DNA results. Who do you think the child's father is going to be?
The biological father is Mr. Jordan. Mr. Jordan, you are Caitlyn's biological father. Mr. Knight, I know you really thought Caitlyn was your biological child. How are you feeling in this moment?
At the end of the day, in life, you can't,
For Mr. Broussard, he had taken enough of his wife's lies and was ready to break free of the shackles of her deceit. His one-year marriage was on the verge of collapse due to his doubts about his child. He hoped that the DNA test would come out in his favor and that he would be able to save his family. Here's how their story began in the courtroom.
Mr. Broussard, you opened your case hoping the court will grant you a paternity test so you can prove you are not the father of 4-month-old baby Charles. You say your 1-year marriage to the defendant is on the verge of collapse because of paternity doubt, and you need this test to save your family. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
As you can see, Mr. Broussard is not here to joke around. He needs answers, and he needs them fast. The judge decides to ask Mrs. Broussard how things have been in their home since the issue of doubts came up, and she goes on to say something shocking.
He is so obsessed with my ex that he feels that I'm cheating on him every time I do something. We argue, we fight all the time. Me and him just are not getting along at all.
How long has it been this way?
Since the end of last year. There has been rumors going around in the neighborhood that we grew up that he is not the father of our child.
Well, there you have it. His trust game with his wife is running at a minus. I wonder what she did to make her husband have zero trust in her. As you would expect, Judge Lauren asked him why he didn't trust his wife, and he had some evidence he wanted to show the courtroom. Here's his reason for not trusting his wife.
There was 2 glasses on my table. I just got off work, and basically I walked in, and the cups looked freshly poured. You still can see the water dripping off of it because it's going to room temperature. So I asked, why is there another cup here? She basically said, I don't know. I said, well, you had in my house then. She didn't know.
She said, I don't know?
Yes.
I'm siding with the judge on that one. If you claim it was just a family member who came visiting, why not just tell your husband it was a family member straight up? Looks like the lies are starting to catch up with Mrs. Broussard. Baby daddy, on the other hand, wasn't done presenting his evidence. He had more to reveal.
Him and your wife are still communicating. They want to have a family, a baby together. They about to push you out the picture.
What?
Yeah, it blew my mind, so.
Well, see, that's the thing about kids, though. They'll tell it, honey. And so you heard that she was still talking to the ex and they was gonna push you out the picture.
And have a family.
And have a family.
The revelations just keep coming and coming. At this point, one can only ask what baby mama has been up to while baby daddy has been away. Now trust me, this isn't even the craziest part of Mr. Broussard's evidence showdown. Apparently, his wife had been receiving X-rated photos from her ex.
Taking a picture with his gentleman in his hand, sending it to my wife.
So her ex basically sent a naked photo?
Yes.
Because this is from the ex?
Yes.
Miss Broussard, did your ex send you a naked photo?
Yes, he did.
But hold on, the tables were about to shift, and baby daddy was about to have his neck hooked. Mrs. Broussard didn't deny sleeping with her ex, though. She claimed the only reason she did it was because Mr. Broussard himself was secretly having an affair with his ex, too.
A husband that you had slept with your ex in your house?
Yeah.
And you don't have no shame in it, huh?
But I slept with him after his ex called me telling me that they were having an affair too.
Oh, so the revenge sex.
Yes. I wanted him to feel just as hurt as I did.
Oh, Lord. You say this happened in August.
Yes.
No, it happened in December.
Oh, now that is just disgusting from baby mama. Sleeping with another man while you're 5 months pregnant? Come on! Anyway, even though baby daddy had an affair with his ex, he still claimed the baby looked very much like her ex-boyfriend.
That child clearly has a different face structure.
Do you feel like he looks like her ex?
Yes, he do.
No, he doesn't.
It's just messed up that an innocent child got put in the middle of it. I just want confirmation. I just want to be set at ease. Like, if this is my child, I can move forward and be the proper father and be at my best potential in his life.
It's about time we ended this charade of lies and deceit. It's been going on for far too long, and it's high time we found out who the child's father is. Could the ex-boyfriend really be the father of the child?
Mr. Broussard, you are the father. How does it feel to hear that?
I feel a lot more better about the results. I still got love for him. As far as me and Helen go, you know, we will have to work on our marriage and our differences. Pretty happy that this is my biological son.
In this case, there was no shaking Mr. Vadeboncoeur's mind. He believed that the defendant was trying to pin a baby on him, and he just wasn't going to sit with it. He claimed he could prove that the baby wasn't his, and that Ms. Fernari was nothing but a lair. Here's how he started his case.
Mr. Vadeboncoeur, you have petitioned the court to prove to Ms. Fernari that you are not the biological father of her 1-year-old son, Dawson.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim you can prove you're not the father, and when today's results win your case, you want her out of your life.
Well, Your Honor, there was really never no relationship. I met her over Facebook through my sister, and after that, I had unprotected sex with her.
Now, Mr. Vadeboncoeur claimed he never had a solid relationship with Ms. Fernari. For him, it felt like a one-time sexual experience. But for her, trust me, it was a totally different story. She claimed they had been dating for 2.5 years.
She tries to say that we've been together 2.5, 3 years. No, shortly after I met Ms. Fernari, I went away. I've probably seen her one time within 10 months.
Were you in a relationship with anybody else during the time you were also sleeping with Mr. Vadeboncoeur?
No, I was not.
So how did he hear about you being with other men?
I did tell him.
You told him?
Yes, I did.
Wow. Looks like baby mama was busy while Mr. Vadeboncoeur was away. As he could recall, he wasn't in a relationship with Ms. Fernari all the time he was away, but when he got back, he received some of the most insane revelations. Here's what he found out.
You know, Ms. Fernari is out there cheating on you. I'm one of the guys she cheated on you with. All right, now I'll let it go. I was thinking he is mine. Now, I get to talking to another guy and he tells me he's had sex with her, and I look at Dawson and I look at him and I'm thinking it's his kid.
How did that affect you?
I was sick of it.
Could there be a motive behind baby mama claiming he is the father? I guess we'll find out. Here's where their story takes a plot twist. Baby mama had a witness, and the witness happened to be Mr. Vadeboncoeur's sister. Shocking, right? Well, she claimed she knew more about the situation, and here's how she told the judge.
One night after we had all been drinking, she slept with one of the people that came to our little get-together.
Is that the only time you caught her cheating?
That's the only time I caught her cheating. I mean, I had suspicions, but...
Why? Because of her talking on the phone, or...?
Just different behaviors and stuff, and I told my brother this stuff, and I went to pick him up when he came home.
Well, that definitely complicates the whole situation. Baby mama, for some reason, wasn't trying to defend herself in any way. With all the accusations thrown at her table, she just remained quiet. It got so bad that Judge Lauren had to ask her to say something.
Defending yourself, you're not saying that's not true. What is your story? Were you sleeping with multiple men during the window of conception?
No, I wasn't, Your Honor. All these
so
are
why
lies.
are all these men coming up to him talking about they slept with you?
They're not.
Your Honor,
it's all lies.
Mutual too.
One thing baby daddy could not wrap his head around was why random people would come to him and tell him that Ms. Fernari was sleeping around with different men. I mean, if it was one person who told him, you could say it was a rumor, but with multiple people, there has to be some level of truth to what they're saying.
They know I have nothing to do with her anymore. Now, why would they constantly be lying to me about it? That's the question that I have.
Your point is, what is the motive? Do they want to be with her? Do they want to keep you two apart? Your thing is, why are these people coming to tell me something they have no reason to tell me?
I honestly don't know, Your Honor. I think they just want me to know who I was dealing with.
Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that at all. Looks like baby daddy wasn't a saint either. But like he said, it was irrelevant in this situation. Mr. Vadeboncoeur had his own witness, and she had some crazy things to tell the judge. Here's her own side of the story.
Ms. Knox, you are Mr. Vadeboncoeur's fiance. Yes. What do you know about this situation and Dawson's paternity?
She did flake out a couple times. We had paternity tests and she flaked out. It's all about David. It's not about that baby when it comes down. She wants him. Honey, you're not getting him. Sorry.
Secrets were being revealed in court one after another, but nothing was helping them get the closure they needed. So Judge Lake pulled the strings and decided to announce the result.
Mr. Vadeboncoeur, you are the father.
That's your son, David.
That's fine.
Now all this could stop and you could be his dad. Can I give my brother a hug? Through all this, I love my brother.
Absolutely. You don't want to hug your sister?
No, I don't.
He doesn't want to hug Miss Vadeboncoeur.
At the end of the day, if he needs me, that's my baby brother and I'm there. No matter what he may say, that's my brother.